Hey, Raider Nation. Let me tell you, after week one of NFL action, there's so much to unpack and celebrate, even if the scoreboard didn't swing in our favor. The energy in this city is electric, and there's no denying that this team, our Las Vegas Raiders, is at the center of all the chatter right now. The thing about being a fan of this squad is that you learn early on that it's not always about wins and losses. It's about the moments, the momentum, and the signs that point to what's coming next. And right now, the signs are screaming opportunity. We may have taken a loss, but every twist in this season has a reason, and the path forward for the silver and black is full of promise. Let's start with what's really got Raider Nation buzzing, the draft picture. Yesterday was massive, and even with a tough game against the Broncos, the dominoes fell perfectly elsewhere. The Saints handled the Buccaneers, the Titans took care of the Browns, and when all the results were in, the silver lining shone through. As things stand, the Raiders are in prime position for the number 2 overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, with the strength of schedule tiebreakers actually placing us ahead of Tennessee despite the head-to-head result. That, my friends, is a huge deal. It means that, mathematically, the Raiders have the strongest claim to a top pick, giving us the chance to truly shape the future of this franchise. And let me tell you, every game from here on out carries weight. 4 wins, just 4, can set the stage for us to make history. And I believe this team is capable of delivering exactly that. Now, I know some of you are thinking about the schedule ahead. And yes, it's going to be challenging. Philly, Houston, the Giants, Kansas City, they all present obstacles. But here's the reality. The team is growing, young talent is emerging, and the focus is on the long game. Every clash is a lesson. Every moment on the field, a chance to sharpen our edge. There's also an exciting narrative unfolding with Geno Smith. Sure, the hand injury scared some fans, but it also highlighted something important. The Raiders are pushing through adversity, and the loudest reactions often come from the fans who are the most passionate. Raider Nation is relentless, and it's that fire that defines this team, that fuels every play and every practice session. Speaking of young talent, let's talk about the future quarterbacks. With the potential number 1 pick looming, the decision is crucial. Fernando Mendoza, Dante Moore, and other top prospects represent opportunities to craft a new era in Las Vegas. This isn't just about selecting a player. It's about building a foundation with the right coaching staff, aligning strategy with vision, and giving the team the tools it needs to compete at the highest level. Imagine the synergy when a franchise quarterback is paired with a strong front office and a capable coaching team. The ripple effects across offense, defense, and special teams would be transformative, and the fans deserve to see that potential realized. Raider Nation has waited long enough for that kind of energy, for that sense of tangible hope. And it's not just the future that's exciting. Right now, players like Kenny Pickett and Aiden O'Connell are stepping into the spotlight, showing flashes of what they can do and creating anticipation for what's to come. Seeing a rookie make a mark, like Shea Jackson with his first touchdown, is a moment that reminds us why we love this game. The thrill of potential, the joy of watching new talent rise, that's what keeps the excitement alive even when the scoreboard isn't in our favor. Every practice, every snap, every opportunity to improve builds the narrative that this season is about more than wins. It's about preparation, development, and creating a competitive edge that can't be ignored. The dynamics around the Raiders' opponents are also worth noting. The Chiefs, the Texans, the Broncos, each team has its own story unfolding. Kansas City's struggles highlight the shifting landscape of the AFC, and opportunities for the Raiders to make strategic gains are everywhere. Houston's defensive schemes, the challenges Philadelphia presents, and the intensity of the Broncos game. All of it contributes to a bigger picture where the Raiders can maneuver, learn, and ultimately position themselves for long-term success. The season isn't just about this week or the next. It's about understanding the league, capitalizing on trends, and using every lesson to come out stronger. Then there's the culture of Allegiant Stadium and Raider Nation's impact. The team feeds off the energy of its fans, and that environment, whether at home or on the road, shapes the psychology of every game. Even when the crowd is split or the stadium feels hostile, the Raiders respond. Young players feel the pressure and rise to it. Veterans anchor the team, and the entire roster begins to understand that every moment counts. The fan experience isn't passive. It's a catalyst that drives performance, accountability, and the hunger to succeed. When Geno Smith faced challenges on the field, the reactions from Raider Nation were immediate and loud, because this is a fan base that knows what it wants and isn't afraid to show it. And finally, let's celebrate the moments that make this team human. The first touchdowns, the rookie highlights, the improbable plays that energize the crowd. Those are the sparks that ignite passion. The story of the season isn't just written in wins or losses. It's written in moments of triumph, flashes of talent, and the relentless belief that the silver and black can overcome any obstacle. Raider Nation deserves to feel that excitement, to see the pieces coming together, and to understand that even in a loss, there's progress, potential, and hope for something bigger. This team is on the cusp of a turning point, and every decision, every play, every fan reaction contributes to the journey toward reclaiming greatness in the NFL. Now, as we move deeper into this season, the conversation around the Raiders shifts from potential to execution. The players on this roster are young, hungry, and increasingly aware of what it means to carry the legacy of Las Vegas on their shoulders. Every practice session, every meeting with the coaching staff, every snap on game day is an opportunity to learn and to prove that the team is not just here to participate, but to compete, to challenge the expectations, and to push beyond what anyone believes is possible. Watching Kenny Pickett step onto the field brings a fresh sense of anticipation. There's no extensive tape for opponents to study, and that unpredictability is a strategic advantage that can't be overstated. Meanwhile, veterans who have faced adversity in the league are guiding these young athletes, creating a bridge between raw talent and refined execution. This synergy is the backbone of the Raiders' journey this season, and it's exactly what Raider Nation has been waiting for. The quarterback conversation continues to dominate discussions, but it's more than just names and stats. It's about fit, philosophy, and building a winning culture. Fernando Mendoza and Dante Moore represent different paths, yet both carry the promise of a franchise-altering selection. Mendoza, with his approach reminiscent of legends who understand the mental game, could bring a cerebral element to the offense, aligning perfectly with a forward-thinking coaching staff. Dante Moore, dynamic and versatile, embodies the athleticism and adaptability needed to thrive in a modern NFL offense. The beauty of holding a top pick is the control it gives the Raiders over their destiny. It's an opportunity to set the foundation for a decade of competitive football, and the decisions made now will echo through every future season. This is not a time for hesitation. It's a time for vision, boldness, and a clear strategy that connects the front office, the coaching staff, and the players into a unified plan for success. Looking at the team's schedule ahead, every matchup carries significance beyond the scoreboard. Games against teams like the Eagles and Houston aren't just tests, they're learning experiences. They expose weaknesses, highlight areas that need attention, and provide a roadmap for improvement. Even when the Raiders face teams that might seem out of reach, the focus is on execution, discipline, and preparation. Each practice is a rehearsal for the moments that matter, and every game is a chapter in a season-long story that's bigger than any single outcome. The young players, in particular, are gaining invaluable experience, learning how to react under pressure, and understanding what it takes to compete at high level. This is how championship foundations are built. Not in immediate victories, but in consistent growth, resilience, and the cultivation of talent across the roster. Defensively, the Raiders are showing glimpses of dominance that can be game-changing. Emerging stars are stepping up in critical moments, pressuring quarterbacks, breaking up plays, and forcing errors. The secondary is evolving. The linebackers are gaining confidence, and the defensive line is beginning to impose itself on games. This is more than just strategy, it's attitude. The Raiders are starting to define themselves as a team that can challenge any opponent, that doesn't shy away from conflict on the field, and that uses every setback as fuel for the next opportunity. When you combine this defensive growth with the offensive potential from young quarterbacks and skill position players, the Raiders are positioned to become a team that's not just competitive, but feared, the kind of team that opponents take seriously regardless of the venue. Offensively, the development of young skill players cannot be overlooked. Receivers making contested catches, running backs finding seams in the line, and tight ends executing precise routes all contribute to a multidimensional attack. The offensive line, often an unsung hero, is improving with every practice, providing the stability needed for a quarterback to flourish. When the pieces start clicking, when timing aligns with strategy, the Raiders' offense has the potential to be explosive, dynamic, and unpredictable. Raider Nation is beginning to see flashes of that potential in every game, even in moments of adversity, which keeps the fan base engaged, energized, and excited about what's to come. The culture of the Raiders is another element that can't be overstated. Allegiant Stadium, even when it feels hostile, is becoming a proving ground for resilience. The team is learning to thrive under pressure, to respond to challenges, and to harness the energy of the crowd to elevate their performance. Veteran leadership and rookie enthusiasm are combining to create an environment where every player understands their role, their responsibility, and their impact. This is how a team transforms, by embracing challenges, learning from every situation, and building a collective mentality that values effort, accountability, and commitment. Raider Nation plays a critical part in this journey, and the fans' voices, reactions, and energy are intertwined with the team's growth. And let's not forget the strategic nuances that make this season fascinating. Each opponent, each play, and each matchup presents data, insight, and lessons. Coaches and players are dissecting every situation, learning from strengths and weaknesses, and adapting to evolving circumstances. Even games that don't end in victory provide clarity about what works, what doesn't, and where the team can improve. The Raiders are not just participating. They're analyzing, adjusting, and laying the groundwork for sustained success. It's a long game, one that requires patience, strategy, and vision, and every member of the organization is contributing to that bigger picture. Finally, there's the intangible element that Raider Nation thrives on: the storylines, the personalities, and the moments that define a season. From rookies scoring their first touchdowns to veterans making key plays under pressure, every game creates narratives that excite, motivate, and inspire. The joy of seeing young talent rise, the anticipation of future draft picks, and the passion of the fan base combine to create a unique energy that defines this franchise. Even in the face of adversity, the Raiders are building something significant, a foundation that will pay dividends in seasons to come. Every Monday after a tough game, every reaction, every conversation among fans contributes to the collective excitement and belief that the Raiders are not just a team. They're a movement, a force, and a symbol of resilience and ambition in the NFL landscape. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The NFL world is buzzing with whispers that could shake the very foundation of the league. The Las Vegas Raiders are reportedly in talks to acquire none other than Josh Allen, the star quarterback of the Buffalo Bills. While the news has yet to be confirmed officially, insiders suggest that discussions have heated up behind closed doors, leaving fans and analysts scrambling to process the implications of such a seismic move. Allen, known for his cannon arm and dual-threat capabilities, has been the cornerstone of Buffalo's recent successes, leading the team to multiple playoff appearances and earning accolades as one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the game. The idea of him donning the silver and black is enough to send shockwaves across the NFL, not just because of the talent he brings, but because of what it would signal about the Raiders' ambitions. For years, Las Vegas has been searching for a franchise quarterback capable of elevating the team into perennial contention. Could Allen finally be the answer? Sources close to both organizations hint that the Raiders are willing to make a blockbuster offer, potentially involving multiple high draft picks and key players, to convince Buffalo to part ways with their star signal caller. While the Bills have historically been cautious about letting go of their cornerstone players, the financial and strategic incentives on the table might prove too tempting to ignore. Speculation is mounting about whether Buffalo would look to rebuild around a younger talent or double down on their roster to make a different statement in the coming seasons. Social media has erupted with fans expressing disbelief, excitement, and everything in between. Memes of Allen in silver and black jerseys are already circulating, while analysts are breaking down the potential impact on both conferences. Would the Raiders finally have the firepower to challenge for a Super Bowl, or is this simply a fleeting rumor meant to stir the off-season waters? Regardless, one thing is clear. If even a fragment of this chatter proves true, the NFL landscape could look drastically different by next season. The whispers continue, deals reportedly being hashed out behind closed doors, and the football world holds its breath. Could Las Vegas be on the brink of pulling off one of the most audacious moves in recent memory? Only time will tell, but for now, the buzz is undeniable. Josh Allen to the Raiders is the rumor that won't quit. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.